What's good, everyone? Today, I just suddenly felt inspired to make a Last of Us 2 wishlist video. I have some things I definitely want to leave out of this video and a lot of things I want to have in this video, so I'm going to have maybe a part 2 or maybe a couple parts, who knows, but I'm going to put, some things that I want in the new Last of Us in this video. Let's get into it. So for one, wish I have for this game is stealth. And you may ask, what do you mean by stealth, right? We're in the zombie apocalypse. You have humans, you have dogs now. The AI is smarter. So since they got smarter, of course we need a smarter character like Ellie. Now, what I mean stealth, I mean a callback to, if you ever played, hopefully you have played, so you'll know what I mean. If you have played Telltale games, The Walking Dead, then you would know the stealth of, feature in the game in season 1 to season 4, where at the end of season 1, they pretty much, Lee uses walker guts and teaches Clementine to hide in the walker crowd with walker guts covering them. So I think if that was implemented into Last of Us 2, that is something Ellie and whoever else is playable possibly, or you play as a supporting character, maybe as someone along Ellie, right? Maybe they can use that feature if there's a huge, pack of humans going after them, or whoever the antagonists are, right? If they're coming after them, and they could use maybe, quote unquote, it's not, I don't think they're called walkers in Last of Us, but let's say walker guts, because, The Walking Dead is like, we all know, known for, they're saying walkers. So let's say they use walker guts or zombie guts to hide in plain sight, right? So I think that's a very cool stealth feature that should be definitely implemented into Last of Us 2. I think it'll definitely add a huge part of immersion, different ways to complete it, because as I think Neil Druckmann said this, he said that you can go through the whole game without laying a finger on anybody. So I think this makes sense, because this could be, that could be in the game possibly. If you can go through the whole game stealthy and not lay a single finger on anybody, I think we would definitely need this feature in the game, so that you can use the zombies to your advantage and escape the crowds or escape packs of humans coming after you, right? So that's something I definitely want to see what you guys think. If anybody's watching this, I want to see what you guys think about that. Leave some comments down below if you agree or disagree with, like, if that should be in the game, using walker guts as stealth. And just let me know. Next, I think there's something a lot of people would definitely want to see. Reinvent. I think it probably already is in the game, but Reinvented Combat. So, as we know in The Last of Us, when you're playing as Joel, you pretty much just button mash your way to, not killing or, just defeating humans and zombies, right? It's pretty much the same thing. And the clickers and stuff, you kind of just beat them. You just button mash. But I think that since it's a more like gritty world than it was in Last of Us, and there's more at stake in the second one, now that Ellie is filled with rage and vengeance, and she wants justice for whatever may have happened in the game, right? I think they'll definitely, if they reinvent the combat, meaning they add more combos and add dodging and parrying, which is in games like The Witcher and Assassin's Creed, where you can maneuver your way like during the combat, and it's a lot more tactical. So I think that would definitely be an amazing addition, not gonna lie. So just definitely adding more, it's definitely pretty much like a new engine, and just adding more combat moves and making the combat a little bit challenging, so that if you do happen to get detected or you do get in combat, that the combat is fun and it feels satisfying, right? Of course, Last of Us 1, the combat is very satisfying, right? Just beating them down, mashing heads, right? That feels satisfying. But I think more of tactical dodging and whatnot would definitely be amazing. I think another thing would make the game, very interesting and very new and very, different from Last of Us 1, right? If we have choices. Now, a lot of people would disagree depending on, the way the choices are. I think the choices should not be of something compared to, let's say Telltale games or Don't Not Entertainment and RPG games. I think the choices should be you know, more like, how would I say, more like immersive and more like along the way you go, right? Like choices between, sparing killing, right? Or how would I say, taking this route to go this way, right? I think there should be a lot of different ways to complete, different tasks and different missions in the game, like different, like pretty much like black box missions where you have a lot of ways you can, kill someone, whether it be stealth, loud, right, environmental, like kind of like a Hitman kind of thing. If you played Hitman, where it's like, or played Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate, where there's a lot of ways you could get the job done. I think that'll be definitely a crazy, new addition, which should make it completely different from Last of Us 1. Because I think that's the main goal. They want to make the game as different as possible and as new to the brain as possible. So I think adding that, like a black box, into Last of Us 2 would be ridiculous. Either way, I think Last of Us is going to, take home that W when it comes to Game of the Year, right? Hands down W. But I think these things, since they're, delaying the game, sadly, right, delaying it to May, they should definitely incorporate a lot of new things into it to make it, a long-lasting game, because it's going to win the Game of the Year. We know that, right? Nothing can compete with Last of Us 2, baby. I mean, we know that. But, I mean, they should definitely, look into that, black box. And I think a lot of you should definitely try out games that have black box missions, such as, The Witcher or Assassin's Creed Unity, Syndicate, things like that, like games where, or Detroit, like games where you could, there's different ways to get everything done. And also let me know what you think about that in the comments. And I think I have a couple more things on my wish list I want to get to. Let's get to it. Oh yeah, before I get into the next wish list topic, I just thought about it just now. I want you guys, if you guys are watching this and you want to, have your comments featured in the next one, in like the next, maybe part 2, definitely just send some comments down below saying what you want in your wish list, and I'll, pop them up on the screen in the next video, and say, what I think about your topic or what you feel should be in the game. But for the next topic, right, I think they should definitely incorporate some type of, this already is, some type of parkour, like, basic, vaulting and things like that, running. But I think they should definitely have some parkour where you can definitely scale buildings and scale more walls. I think like that'll be also pretty cool as well. Like, I'm not saying any on some like Assassin's Creed-ish, right? Or like, I'm not saying some crazy stuff like that. But I'm saying like, stuff where you can definitely, it's just more environmental, and like more of the cities is like you can really use, the height to your advantage. Because obviously when you're in the zombie apocalypse, and then you also have humans that you're trying to go after, the high ground is always, the most important part. So I think being able to scale buildings and, have some rooftop parkour added into The Last of Us Part 2, I think that'll be a very, very cool, addition to the game. And I think, what else is there? Also, they showed it already, like seamless, seamless interactions. They showed that in the trailer or whatever, or the E3 gameplay, where Ellie runs up and grabs the can or bottle or rock or whatever. It was on some flower pot, or I don't know, but like she just ran and like grabbed something, and as soon as she grabbed it, just chuck it. Like, hopefully that's in the game, because I noticed a lot of games, especially from Ubisoft, they would have things like that, like seamless, immersive movement. They would have that in the game, and then they would have it in E3 and have gameplay trailers and demos. They would have it, and then upon the release, they're not in the game. And I really hope that, I know that Naughty Dog can come through, and I really hope they do, because that's, even though it's just a little feature, that right there is amazing, right? Even though it's just a small, little, minute thing, right? I think that's very, very cool that they the developers are really working to make the game as immersive as possible and seamless as possible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna touch on maybe just 2 more things, and then have the rest in the next one. And hopefully I do get some comments on this one, so I can have some topics to read off. But I have a lot more, but I'm just gonna do 2 more. I'm gonna do one right now, probably like a Oh yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, honor system. I think an honor system meaning if you ever played, I hope you did, because I really do hope you did. Because if you didn't, it's crazy, because you should have. But I hope you played Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. Now the honor system, the way it would work is depending on how you act, throughout the game. I mean, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree. I can understand why, right? But I think if the way you act in the game and how brutal you are and how maybe relentless you are, I think it should definitely change the game in a certain way. Not too much to where it's like a different game, but a little change the dialogue a little bit. I mean, hey, if they're gonna have all these dudes with like separate names, they might as well put an honor system, right? Like they're gonna have every single. Apparently, they're gonna delay the game till May to have every like enemy to have a name. I mean, come on. I mean, but like I said, they're having an honor system. I think that would be cool because, as a person, even if you're filled with vengeance, you still have a heart. And I think that, being, cool and like being, a little bit less brutal will definitely earn you certain ways. Maybe like if you help somebody out, maybe they'll tell you a certain way. Let's say you need to get into like a building or a foundation or whatever, and you can't really, obviously you can't go in the front doors when people are in. Maybe if you do a good deed, someone around the town will tell you, oh yeah, like you can go under this way, go up this way, and there's a secret passage, stuff like that. I think that'll be, definitely another cool addition. Let me know what you think about that. And I have one more, and I think for this last one, I think I'm gonna say, I'd say maybe random encounters. I think that would be cool as well, like random encounters, meaning, let's say if you play GTA 5 and you have those strangers and freaks kind of missions where you just go up to a certain place and you meet somebody and maybe help them out, or maybe you put them down, right? Same thing in Red Dead, right? I think, but not too overarching, right? There's more kind of simple where like there's other humans out there maybe helping you, or maybe they have the same goal you have but not the exact same, right? Of course. But well, we don't even know, because we don't know what the tragic event was. People think Dina died, maybe the town got burned down or something. We don't really know the extent of why Ellie has his vengeance. But I think random encounters would be cool because it kind of makes you feel like you're not completely alone, because that's the way the game kind of makes it look. The game kind of makes it look like you're completely alone. Maybe that's how it is, maybe that's how it should be, but I think there should be a little bit where, like I said, it also goes down to that honor system where if you meet people and you can help them out or do what you got to do. Maybe you take their supplies or give them supplies. Like random encounters will make it the world feel a lot this more interactive, I think. And I think that'll be it for this one. I think that'll be it. I have a lot more, but I definitely want you guys to comment. Like I said, a million times in this video, definitely want you guys to comment about, what you want to see in the second part of Last of Us. The future game of the year, because we know what's going to be future game of the year. But let me know what you think. Drop some likes, and just drop some comments. If you agree, disagree, and don't forget to leave those suggestions. And hit that sub if you enjoyed. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'm gonna peace out. See y'all later.